Hello, my friends. It is Paul, and welcome back to my channel. I haven't made a video in a few weeks. There's been a lot going on. My parents moved out of their home, and I had to help pack. There was just a lot of uncertainty about what was going to happen. Moving things, cleaning things, organizing things. It was a lot. It was an extremely stressful time. But we got through it, just like other stressful times in life. Sometimes it seems like it's, this awful, horrible moment in time and things aren't going to be normal again, but they end up becoming normal again. So during the last 3 weeks, I didn't get to read as much as I wanted to. That first week, I read probably like 12 hours, 13 hours. The second week, I probably only read 3 or 4 hours. And then this last week, I read 11 or 12 hours, around there. So I was able to read some, but I wasn't able to talk about the things I read or really take the time to make a video because I was trying to read to relax. And sometimes when you have this like looming thing of creating a video, it causes stress during an already stressful time. So let's talk about some of the books I read, okay? Okay, so I reread A Memory Called Empire. I listened to this on audiobook while reading the physical book. And the audiobook, along with the physical book, gave this book so much more texture and detail. The second time through, I understood it so much better. I connected with the characters a lot more, and I would highly recommend it. I hope to start the sequel soon, but this was fantastic. It is a space opera, but it is mostly a political intrigue book, and it is about a woman who is an ambassador that goes to a large civilization that rules pretty much the entire galaxy. And she has to be the new ambassador and find out what happened to her previous ambassador that was murdered. What's great about this is that memory plays a huge part in it, because in her civilization, you can use these devices to transfer the memories of the person that was previously in the position that you're in now. Unfortunately, the person that was murdered didn't get to transfer their memories to her, so she got stuck with memories that were like 15 years out of date. So as we read the story and learn about the culture that she is being thrown into, we find out things when she finds out things, and it's fantastic, and I highly recommend it. It's a great book. So I then read Book of Night by Holly Black, and this is the one that took me a really long time. So during the times when I only read like 3 hours in 1 week, it was just reading this a little bit at nighttime, like 20 minutes here, 15 minutes here. And this is my first Holly Black book. I've never read anything by her. I know that she is a young adult author, mostly. This is her first adult book. And I kind of wish I didn't know that, because I already have this, I don't know, pre-existing assumption that it reads like a YA book. I don't know if it's because it does read like a YA book, or I want to believe it reads like a YA book. But the characters seem very shallow and flat. I did like the magic in this. There's a lot of shadow magic, and the world building was pretty cool. So a woman is a bartender, but she likes to also steal things. She's known in the thieving business as someone that can get things for people. and she has this really dark past. What happens is the thing that she needs to steal is intimately connected with her current boyfriend, and she has to navigate all of these different obstacles and people in her life to try to be free of this oppressive person that has been over her life. I thought it was decent. I don't know if I would recommend it, but if you've read Holly Black before, maybe you'd like this a little bit more than I did. So just recently, last week, I read Book Lovers by Emily Henry, and this was fantastic. I loved this. I thought that this is one of the better romance books I've ever read. The writing was just so tight and so well done. The dialogue between the characters was unbelievably sharp-tongued, over-the-top witty. Like, these people are so smart, and their quips were so good. It was just a joy to read. But I don't think anyone can ever have dialogue like that in real life. It's just too witty. It's I don't know. Maybe I just don't know enough people that are that sharp-tongued, but it was really good. So it's this romance book where this woman is always the woman that other men leave to go and like marry some small town woman, and she's like the icy cold girlfriend that they always leave. She's a literary agent, and she meets another literary agent, but of course, like most romance books, they're like enemies, right? But she goes on a vacation to this town that is in one of her clients' books, and her sister goes with her. Her sister's a huge fan of that book and the town that they're visiting. And of course, while in the town, she runs into the other, the person that is an editor that works in the same field as she. She runs into him, and of course, they hate each other, but there's an attraction. There is this banter that she just loves, and he accepts her completely for who she is, and he comes to accept her for who he is. And I loved it. I thought it was great. I would highly recommend it. If you like contemporary romance, you should check this one out. It was really good. I listened to an audiobook. It was Kate Flanders' Year of Spending Less, and it was her journey of having a buying ban for 2 years, I believe. Now, as someone that did a buying ban himself a few years ago, I found it very interesting. What really sold me on the audiobook was her candid openness about her issues with alcoholism. What was really interesting was how much of a support structure she really has. And it makes me realize that women have such better emotional support and structure in their life than men. She talks about all of these people that she was talking about her journey and expressing her feelings and what was going on. And she has like dozens of friends. And it was just so interesting to read a book about an extrovert who was going through hard times and also trying like a challenge, as opposed to an introvert. She had all of these people in her life that supported her. And for a lot of people, they only have a few people in their life. And I thought that was just really interesting. I don't know. I also just really thought her struggle with alcoholism was written fantastic, and I think it was a great thing to listen to. All right, so I've rambled enough. I've caught up with my books. So hopefully I can get back on track and talk to you all about something this coming week that I've read. I've already finished a book for this week, so that's coming up this coming week. I need to decide what I'm going to be reading next. I'm hoping to read a lot this week because things are starting to kind of settle down and just a normal life routine is starting to take place. So I'm very excited about that. So I will see you all in my next video.